Look, this has got to be a joke at this point. First we hear that Matthew Lillard is returning, then we get Scott Foley's name thrown into the mix, and now David Arquette is coming back too? That's right, 3 actors who were very dead in the Scream franchise are apparently coming back. So what in the actual Ghostface is going on here? Are we dealing with flashbacks, secret twin brothers, a supernatural twist, or, brace yourselves, are we about to go full on Wes Craven's New Nightmare? Let's go ahead and talk some theories about what Scream 7 is actually trying to do. And you know we have to start with the most wild and persistent theories in the Scream franchise. Stu Macher is still alive. For years, fans have sworn up and down that Stu Macher is actually alive and never died in the original Scream film. Sure, Sidney dropped a TV on his face, but we never got a proper confirmation of his death, and let's be real here. This franchise has brought people back from worse. Now if Scream 7 is gonna pull the trigger on this crazy fan theory, it would mean that Stu Macher has been hiding for decades, just waiting on the perfect moment to return. Maybe he's been pulling the strings behind Ghostface attacks all along. But that's just a theory on one character that does not explain the return of Roman or Dewey. Now Scott Foley's return is a really weird one because his character Roman Bridger was 100% confirmed dead in Scream 3. Not only was he stabbed, he was shot in the head twice. So how the heck is he back? What if Roman's plan in Scream 3 was bigger than we ever realized? He was already pulling the strings behind the scenes as the secret brother to Sidney Prescott, but what if he had a partner, someone that we never actually saw? Now I could actually see a world where Scream 7 retcons Roman's death by showing that someone else helped him fake it. And by doing that, it opens the door for a whole new level of conspiracy. Maybe Roman was never the true mastermind, but just one piece in a much larger game. And if that's the case, who else was hiding in the shadows all these years? Okay, now let's go completely off the rails with this one, but what if Scream 7 is not a direct sequel to the past 6, and what if it's more meta, like Wes Craven's New Nightmare? For those of you that don't know, New Nightmare was a Nightmare on Elm Street movie where the actors played themselves and Freddy Krueger became real, hunting them in real life. So what if Scream 7 is doing something very similar to that? Instead of Stu, Roman, and Dewey coming back as their actual characters, maybe Matthew Lillard, Scott Foley, and David Arquette are all coming back to play themselves. Actors who starred in the Scream franchise are now being targeted by a real-life Ghostface killer. This could be a total game changer for the franchise, flipping everything that we thought we knew about Scream on its head. And let's be honest, after Scream 6, the franchise could go in a different direction. Look, I think we could all agree that Scream did Dewey so dirty with that death. That thing was brutal and uncalled for. I mean, Dewey was a main character throughout the entire series that fans loved, and even though he looked pretty gone in that scene, fans are still holding out hope that he survives somehow. Now, is it likely? No, not so much, but could Scream 7 pull a wild, faked his own death type thing? Maybe. Hey everyone, I hope you're enjoying the video, and if you are enjoying the video and you want to support the channel while also unlocking some awesome perks, consider becoming a channel member. Members get priority replies, exclusive polls, loyalty badges, and even some early access to certain videos. It's a great way to be part of the community and help the channel grow, so just hit that join button below and check it out. Alright, let's get back to the video. Now one theory that's floating around is that Gale Weathers knew that Dewey was in danger and worked with him to fake his own death. It sounds far-fetched, but let's not forget that the Scream franchise has a history of people surviving things that absolutely no one should survive. And if this turns out to be true, it would mean that Dewey was in hiding, waiting for the right moment to come back. Maybe he's been hunting Ghostface from the shadows this entire time, and if that is the case, we'll just have to say that Ghostface has finally met his match. Now, whatever happens with Scream 7, one thing is very clear. This is gonna be one of the wildest Scream movies in the franchise. Whether they're pulling a full Stu Macher comeback, has some crazy conspiracy theory, a meta movie twist, or just rewriting history, Scream 7 looks like it's gonna break all the rules. And honestly, I think this movie is in big trouble. I think they're gonna go the way of the soft reboot again, but this time going the way of the New Nightmare that I talked about earlier. Firing Melissa Barrera was the worst thing that they could have done. They probably had a storyline planned out, or at least an idea of how they were gonna keep everything going, but now they're trying to salvage everything by bringing back dead characters to get fans interested again. I mean, at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if they brought Wes Craven back into the series somehow. I am very worried about Scream 7. But what do you all think about Dewey coming back and all these other characters in the Scream franchise that were dead? And what do you think that Scream 7 is gonna do to bring them back? What's the storyline gonna be like? Drop your theories in the comments. And if you like the video and you like horror movies, I got plenty more videos about them. You can check them out right here. But until the next video, everybody, see you later.